Hi, my name is Jacob Ovadia, and we will be studying Perek Shalishi, the third chapter of Hilkhot Talmud Torah. This chapter is about acquiring Torah, and there are many allusions to many different places in the Mishnayot and in the Talmud. But have in mind that Harambam makes a number of allusions specifically to Pirkei Avot, the ethics of the fathers. Halacha Aleph. Bishlosha ketarim nichteru Yisrael. There were three crowns that the Jewish people were crowned with: Keter Torah, Keter Kehuna, and Keter Malchut. The crown of Torah, the crown of the priesthood, and the crown of the kingship. Keter Kehuna, Zachar bo Aharon, Shene'emar v'hayeta lo uzar'o acharav berit kehunat olam. The crown of the priesthood, Aharon merited, as it says, and it will be for his children and descendants after him, the covenant of the kehuna, of the priesthood. Keter Malchut, Zachabo David, Shene'emar Zar'o La'olam Yiyeh, V'chis'o Kashemesh Nigdi. The crown of kingship, David HaMelech merited, and his descendants, as it says, his descendants for eternity will be, and his throne, like the sun, will be before me. Keter Torah, Harehu Munach ve'omed u'muchan lakol, Shene'emar Morasha Kehilat Yaakov. However, in regards to the crown of Torah, anyone can, it is waiting and it's placed for and ready for anyone to take and to be a part of. As it says, Morasha Kehilat Yaakov. It is a Morasha in the congregation of Jacob. Kol mi sheyirtzeh yavo v'yitol. Anyone who wants can come and take. Now, the word Morasha it implies a passing down something. However, it's in perpetuity, and it's something that you have the obligation and responsibility to pass down to the next generation. It's something that you receive from the previous generation. In contrast, the word Yerusha is something you receive from the previous generation. It's an inheritance. However, you don't have the responsibility to pass it down or transmit it. And therefore, the Pasuk says, in reference to the Torah, Morasha Keilat Yaakov, that the Torah is the responsibility of the Jew, it's congregation of Jacob, and you also have the responsibility to pass it down. That's what the word Morasha means. Halacha Bet. Shema Tomar she'otana ketarim gedolim miketer Torah. One might say that those other two crowns are greater than the crown of Torah. Harehu omer bi melachim yimlochu ve'rozenim yechokeku tzedek bi sarim yasuru. The Pasuk in Mishne says, "In me kings will rule," in reference to the Torah. And ve'rozenim yechokeku tzedek, and the judges will judge over me. In me, the kings will rule. Halamalta sheketer Torah gadol miketer kehuna ve'keter malchut. From here we learn that from the keter Torah is greater than the crown of kingship and the crown of priesthood, because only through the Torah do kings or priests have any authority. And the authority of the priests and the kings is only by virtue of the Torah giving them authority. And something about the previous halacha, that this Keter Torah is open for everybody, is something extremely telling about Jewish, the Jewish mind and the Jewish and the Torah, that we believe in equal opportunity for everybody. That everyone has, and something we spoke about in Perek Aleph, that everyone has obviously the responsibility to study Torah, but there isn't no monopoly on the Torah, and everyone has the opportunity to study. Amru Chachamim, Mamzer Tamid Chacham, Kodem leKohen Gadol Am Haaretz. Chachamim said that someone born out of an illicit relationship, except for Nida, and he is a Talmid Chacham, he precedes the high priest who isn't learned. And when we say precedes, we're referring to priority in terms of to for example, to free him from, if he is captured, there's a mitzvah pidyon shuim, and a mamzer tamid chacham would take precedence over, would be more of a priority to take out, to free, in contrast to the Kohen Gadol. Shenne Emar, as the pasuk states, Yekarahim peninim. He is more. It is more valuable than pearls. But we're going to see how Chachamim uses derasha. Yekarahim Kohen Gadol shenichnas lefanei lifnim. When the pasuk says mipeninim, it's in regards to the Kohen Gadol who would go inside the Kodesh HaKodashim, and Yekara, it means more precious. So the Torah is more precious than that who goes inside the Holy of Holies. Halacha Gimel. En lecha mitzvah mikol ha-mitzvot kulan shehi shekula keneged Talmud Torah. There isn't a mitzvah that, so to speak, weighs more in contrast to Talmud Torah. Imagine a scale and you have Talmud Torah on one side and you have all the mitzvot on the other. Talmud Torah is heavier and more important, I guess, than any other mitzvah. Ella Talmud Torah keneged kol mitzvot kulan. Rather, the mitzvah of studying Torah is just as heavy, so to speak, as all the other mitzvot. Talmud mevi lidei maaseh. We spoke about this in Perek Aleph, that study brings a person to action. And without study, you wouldn't know how to act properly and to live your life as a Jew. Therefore, as a consequence of the principle that we just stated, study takes precedence over action in every place. Haya lefanav, we're going to see an example. Haya lefanav asiyat mitzvah b'Talmud Torah. If he had the opportunity to do any mitzvah and to study Torah, what should he do? Im efshar lam mitzvah lehe'asot al yedei acherim. If it was possible for that precept to be done by someone else, lo yafsik talmudo. He should not stop his study. Ve'im lav ya'aseh ha-mitzvah v'yachzor la-Torah. However, if that mitzvah cannot be done by someone else, he should do that mitzvah and then return to his Torah study. Halacha Daled. Tehilat dino shel ha'adam eno nidon ella al ha-Talmud ba'achar kach al she'al ma'asim. At the beginning of a judgment of an individual, he isn't judged rather solely on, at first only on his study, and only after the rest of his actions. Therefore, Chachamim stated, forever a person should be immersed in Torah study, afilu shelo lishma, shemitoch shelo lishma ba lishma, even if it's not solely for the purpose of study, as a person, if he studies without the purpose, with other motivations, he'll eventually reach the true motivation that should be studying Torah for the sake of studying Torah. As we will see in Hilkhot Teshuvah, when Rambam speaks about to worship God out of Ahava, we'll see that a person should do all the mitzvot for the sake of only doing the mitzvot. Lishma. Halacha he. Mishne Tora לקיים מצווה זו כראוי לה, ולהיות מוכתר בכתרה של התורה. Someone who was ambitious and wanted to fulfill this mitzvah as it should be fulfilled, and to be crowned with the crown of Torah, לא יסיח דעתו לדברים אחרים. He should not focus on other things and be distracted. ולא ישים על ליבו שיקנה תורה עם העושר והכבוד כאחד. And he should not focus on acquiring Torah with wealth or honor that may come with the crown of Torah. Kahu darka shel Torah. The following is the way of the Torah in the most extreme circumstances that a person will have to study in. He'll have to study no matter his situation. And Rambam here is going to describe the extreme of what that means. Pat b'melach tochel. A person will eventually eat bread with salt in the most extreme situations where a person does not have much food. That's what he'll eat. And he'll sleep on the floor. And he will live a difficult life in the sense of putting in a lot of effort and time in his Torah study. And you will toil in the Torah. However, you have to remember, however, it's not incumbent upon you to study the entire Torah, but at the same time, you're not free to not to study Torah. Aval im hirbita Torah, hirbita sachar. However, if you did study Torah a great deal, your reward is also great. It has sachar lefi hatzar. And this is, again, I didn't want to go through all of the allusions to Pirkei Avot because it would take a long time, but this is one of the more obvious quotes from Harambam that he quotes from Pirkei Avot. The greater the effort and the toil, the greater the reward. And it's taken from Ben Hehe, who says in Aramaic, Pum ara agra. The greater the effort, the greater the reward. Halacha zayin. Shemet tomar, ad she'akabetz mamon, ve'echzor, ve'ikra. A person should not say, or perhaps a person may say, that he'll gather wealth, and only then will he study. Ad she'ekne ma shani tzarich, ve'ehne me'asakai, ve'echzor ve'ikra. Or, let me buy what I need, and only then will I take time off and study. Or, as we, yeah. Im ta'aleh machshava zo al libecha, if this thought enters your mind, you will not acquire or merit the crown of Torah ever. Rather, a person should make the Torah his what he focuses on always. and your employment temporary. You should make Torah permanent and your work temporary. ואל תאמר לכשאפנה אשנה, שמא לא תפנה. And you should not say that, yeah, when I have the opportunity, or when I have free time, I'll study, because you may not have free time. And just by pushing off Torah study, isn't a rationalization for the individual not to study Torah. A person, as we mentioned, always has the obligation to study Torah, and a person shouldn't make Torah something temporary. It's something that he does casually for whenever he has time. Halacha Zayin. כתוב בתורה לא בשמיים היא, ולא מעבר לים היא. The Torah says that, speaking in reference about the Torah is not in the heavens and it is not across the ocean. ולא בגסי הרוח היא מצויה. And the Torah is not inside, or the Torah is not contained in people that are arrogant. And this is something extremely important and profound that Rambam is telling us here. Why isn't the Torah contained in someone that's arrogant? And we spoke about this earlier in Hilkhot, but arrogance basically means that a person's world revolves solely around them, and nothing else really matters, and they're the focus of it all. An example of arrogance is Bilam Harasha, who tried to curse the Jewish people. And something that Chacham Yaakov Biton taught me is that it's very telling when a person begins his speech about who their focus is. So when Bilam says, how does Bilam begin his speech? He says, Ne'um Bilam beno be'or. He begins his speech with talking about himself. However, Moshe Rabbeinu, who is the most humble person on the face of the earth, and only through him was the Torah able to be given, because of this aspect of humility, Moshe Rabbeinu begins his Mizmor in Tehillim, in Psalms, with Tefillah leMoshe Hashem ma'on atah lanu. He starts with the focus on God. And it's very telling in general at the beginning of anyone's speech. How they start is typically who the focus is about. V'lo me'ever layam hi. It is not across the ocean. V'lo bimhaleche me'ever layam hi. The Torah is not contained in those overseas merchants. Lefikach amru chachamim, lo kol hamarbe sechora machkim. Chachamim said that not every individual who does business acquires knowledge. Betzivu chachamim heve me'at esek va'asok b'Torah. Chachamim instructed that don't do much business and be immersed in Torah study. Halakha tet. Divrei Torah nimshelu b'mayim. This is something we mentioned in the previous chapter. The words of Torah are compared to water. As it says, every thirsty person go to the water. Meaning everyone who wants to study Torah, go to study Torah. לומר לך, מה המים שאין מתכנסים במקום מדרון, אלא נזחלים מעליו ומקבצים במקום אשבורן. כך דברי תורה. That the words of Torah, just as water are gathered in a place with a steep are not gathered in a place with a steep incline. Rather, they crawl from the steep incline and gather in a ditch or a place that's made to gather water. כך דברי תורה אינם נמצאים בגסי הרוח. So too, the words of Torah are not found in arrogant people. ולא בלב כל גבח לב, and not in someone who is haughty. אלא בדקה ושפל רוח, only in a person that's extremely humble. שמתאבק בעפר רגלי החכמים, person that covers himself in the dust of the feet of the Chachamim, meaning he sits before the Chachamim on the floor always in order to study Torah from them and to hear words of wisdom. ועושה מלאכה בכל רגלי חכמים ומסיר את התאוות ותענוגי הזמן מליבו. And he removes his desires and the materialistic things from his heart. ועושה מלאכה בכל יום מעט כדי חייו. אם לא היה לו מה יאכל, ושאר יומו ולילו עוסק בתורה. And he works every day. He makes a living very little. He works very little. Only what he needs to live and what he needs to eat. And the rest of his days and the rest of his time, he is immersed in Torah study. הלכה ט' כל המשים על ליבו שיעסוק בתורה ולא יעשה מלאכה. Any person that has the intent to study Torah and not to do any work, ויתפרנס מן הצדקה, and will be funded or will earn a living from charity, הרי זה חילל את השם. This person has desecrated the name of God. וביזה את התורה, and has humiliated the Torah. וכיבה מאור הדת, and he extinguished the light of the law. וגרם רעה לעצמו, and he caused evil to himself. ונטל חייו מן העולם הבא, and he took his life from the next world. לפי שאסור ליהנות בדברי תורה בעולם הזה, as it is forbidden to benefit from the words of Torah in this world. Harambam expands on this idea more in his works on the Mishnah, especially in Pirkei Avot, in his commentary. אמרו חכמים, כל הנהנה מדברי תורה, נטל חייו מן העולם. Anyone who gained benefits from the words of Torah took his life from this world, from the world. ועוד ציוו חכמים, לא תעשם עטרה להתגדל בהן. You shall not make the words of Torah like a crown to become great with them. ולא קרדום לחפור בהן, and not a shovel to dig with them. Meaning, don't think or view the Torah as a tool for money or for employment or something that you should manipulate to live off of. ועוד ציוו חכמים, and חכמים additionally instructed, אהוב את המלאכה ושנא את הרבנות. חכמים instructed to love work and to love your trade, craft, and despise the ruling circles. וכל תורה שאין עמה מלאכה, סופה בטלה. And any Torah that doesn't come with it a craft, it will eventually become cancelled out and end up with nothing. בסוף אדם זה, שיהיה מלסטס את הבריות. And what eventually this person will become, and what he will do, is that he will rob people. He will rob the creations. And this is in reference to a person, obviously, again, that uses the Torah in order to benefit his own monetary needs. Halacha Yod Aleph. Ma'ala gedolahi lemishu mitparnes mima'aseh yadav. It is a great person achieves something great and is at a great level for someone that sustains himself with the workings of his own hands and works and makes a living for himself. And it is the trade of the early early sages, and we mentioned that Hasidim is a pious person, and it's in reference to people that are pious in terms specifically of Adam Havero, traits of a person to his friend. And this is an example of that. And through this, meaning a person making a living for himself, he merits all the honor and all the good in the world. And also for the next world. Praiseworthy be the person, and good will be bestowed on a person who makes from their own toil a living. And basically, once a person toils, from what a person toils, he eats, that person is praiseworthy. Ashrecha ba'olam hazeh v'tov lach le'olam haba shekulo tov. And Chachamim expanded this pasuk and said that and remarked upon the double language at the end. Ashrecha, praiseworthy be that person in this world. V'tov lach is in regards to the next world that is only good. Halacha Yod Bet. אין דברי תורה מקיימים במי שמרפא עליהן שמרפא עצמו עליהן. The Torah is not existent in a person and is not fulfilled and is not whole in a person that studies nonchalantly and casually and isn't serious about. The Torah doesn't survive in someone that's not serious about it. And not in a person that studies Torah casually or gently, sometimes while he eats or drinks. Rather, it's only acquired and Torah only survives truly in someone that sacrifices himself over them and pushes his body through the hours and time spent in his mind that he spends on the study of Torah. And he does not give rest to his eyes and napping or rest to his eyes. Again, apayim and einayim are the same. Hayodalid. Amru Chachamim. Berit kiruta lכל היגע בתלמודו בבית הכנסת. לא במהרה הוא משקע. It is a covenant for anyone who מחילה, הלכה י"ג. אמרו חכמים דרך רמז. חכמים said through a hint. זאת התורה, אדם כי ימות באוהל. This is the Torah, this is the law for what happens if a person dies in a tent. חכמים מדרשה on this in the following way. אין התורה מתקיימת, אלא במי שממית עצמו באהולי החוכמה. The Torah does not survive rather in someone that sacrifices himself and dies, so to speak, in the tents of Chokhmah. This is what Shlomo said with all of his great wisdom. If you had slack in troubling times, you'll be weak. ועוד אמר, אף חוכמתי עמדה לי. חוכמה שלמדתי באף עמדה לי. The wisdom that I acquired with intensity or fury is truly what ended up surviving for me and what ended up continuing with me. And the previous pasuk means that if you weren't serious when you studied, you won't really have strength to stand on a challenging day, because the study of Torah is what teaches you to deal with troubling times, but also it's not always easy to study Torah. And if you study Torah in not the easiest times, it will stick with you for the rest of your days. הלכה י"ד ברית כרותה שכל היגע בתלמודו בבית הכנסת לא במהרה הוא משכח. Chachamim said there's an established covenant for anyone who toils over the study of Torah in the synagogue, in the house of gathering, and that he does not quickly forget what he learned. And anyone who toils over the study of Torah modestly becomes wise and acquires knowledge. With those who have modesty, also chokhmah is with them. And anyone who hears himself while studying Torah, his study survives with him, as you're using another sense to study Torah. However, a person that reads or recites or studies quietly, he quickly forgets what he learned. Because your sense of hearing is extremely powerful for remembering. And typically that's how in the Perek before that we mentioned the Hilkhot shel Bet Rabban, they would recite Pesukim out loud. And classically in the schools of the Talmud Torah in Syria and in all the other countries, specifically of the Sephardim, the Torah and the Tanakh was recited out loud. Halacha Yod Gimel. No, Halacha Tetvav. Even though it's a precept, part of the mitzvah to learn both in the day and night, a person does not learn, he learns the majority of his Torah, of his knowledge rather, only at night. A person that wants to acquire, merit the crown of Torah, should be cautious all of his nights. Person should not lose even one night with sleep or with eating or with drinking or with wasteful conversations. Rather, he should only spend his nights devoted to Torah and knowledge. Amru Chachamim, the sages said, En gorna shel Torah ela layla, shne'emar kumi roni balayla. The acquiring and gathering of Torah is only you only acquire it at night, as it says, wake up and sing at night, in reference to study Torah. Gorna is when a person would gather the grapes. Pasuk says, never mind. And anyone who studies and is immersed in Torah at night, a string of good deeds and chesed, kindness, is pulled on him in the day. As when a person studies at night, it influences him for the rest of the day, and he'll view things through the aspect of Torah. When a person views things through the lens of Torah, he views everything as good and everything as a hesed of his Creator. As the pasuk in Tehillim says, In the days I instruct, God transmits upon me or bestows upon me His kindness, and at night His song, meaning the Torah, is with me, and it's a prayer to the living God. In any house that the words of Torah is not heard in it at night, a fire consumes it. And Haramam is hinting to not obviously a literal fire, but arguments and disputes within the house that does not have Torah. Halakha Tetzayin. Ki devar Adonai baza. Zeh shelo hishgiach al divrei Torah kol ikar. The pasuk in Bamidbar says, the words of Torah of God were humiliated. That person humiliated the words of God. Who is it referring to? That type of person that did not take note of or even look at the words of Torah at all. וכן כל שאפשר לו לעסוק בתורה ואינו עוסק, או שקרא ושנה ופרש לאבלי עולם, והניח תלמודו וזנחו, הרי הן בכלל בוזה דבר תורה. Anyone who had the opportunity to be immersed in Torah and didn't study, or he read or recited the words of Torah, and then he removed himself and went to the material things and to things that come and go, and he left his study and abandoned it, he is that which it says in the pasuk, those who humiliate the words of God. Amru Chachamim, Yod Zayin. Anyone who abandons the Torah while he is wealthy, eventually he'll abandon it while he is poor. This is also from Pirkei Avot. Anyone who fulfills the Torah while he's poor, eventually he'll fulfill it when he's wealthy. And this idea is explicit in the Torah. As it says, because you did not worship God in happiness, in your happiness, and when you were happy and you had everything, you will you will work and be subject to your enemies. This is a reference to the Midbar, that when God afflicted you and challenged you for the good of your latter end. And the ideas of these pesukim, that, as we said before, that a person that studies Torah while he is poor will eventually have it when he's rich. And when a person has the opportunity to study Torah while he's wealthy, he'll eventually abandon the Torah when he's poor as well. Tomorrow we will study Perek Revi'i, 4th chapter.